Hello everyone, today we're going to see how we can install Active Directory and its features. So in the previous episode we saw how to have a Windows server set up. So from there we are continuing now. Let's click on add or remove roles and features, and to get this to this page you need to open Windows Server Manager, which will be here, or you can also find that in the administrator tools. Okay, all right, so let's go to add or remove features and let's click next, and we're going to do a role based installation for Active Directory. So let's go to next and choosing the server. In this case this is the first server in our forest, so we're going to choose next, and I'm going to choose Active Directory domain services. There are other services as well which is not required for this moment, which I will explain you in a different video. Alright, now if you notice, when I choose Active Directory, it automatically chooses the required features which are associated with Active Directory, so you don't need to worry about anything. So in case if you need Hyper-V role, you can install Hyper-V role, and I'm also going to use for web, because in my next episode I'm going to talk something about web. Alright, let's click next, and here it's going to choose some different options related to features of Windows. I might need PowerShell, which is already there, which is good, and yeah, I need Telnet client. Alright, pretty much it. So let's click next, and it's going to give you role services, and it may say that it's going to restart the destination. In our case it's the same server, so let's click install. As soon as you click install, it's going to take some time in order to capture all the required directory settings and other things. So I'm going to pause and start back again. Installation is completed, and you can see that features are installed successful on the local server. So let's click close, and when you go to Active Directory, you see a small configuration required pop-up which is coming up here, and when you click on that you will get into another screen where it will ask you to promote the server as a domain controller. So earlier we used to do it in command prompt, running the DC promo. In new versions we got it as an hyperlink, which is much better. Okay, so this is my first server in the forest. Okay, so I'm going to add a new forest. I'm not going to choose the other options because those are for existing servers if you have in your domain. Okay, and what will be my domain name? I'm going to choose my domain name as support.com, and let's go to next. Okay, now we'll have two types of features. One is what kind of forest function level we are going to use. In this case, my first server in the forest is 2012 R2, so I'm going to choose that. And in case if you have a defined domain servers in your forest, like Windows 2008 R2 or something older version, then you can probably choose that. Okay, and domain function level, my primary server is 2012 R12, so I'm going with that, and it's going to choose a DNS name for it. So this will be your domain password. Please remember this, because this is going to use in case of any disaster, where we call it as DSRM mode, which is directory service restore mode, in case of a disaster of a Active Directory. Okay, So we'll be seeing how we do a disaster recovery as an authoritative and a not authoritative restore later. All right. So now many organization will have their domain as um, um, big name, for example, xyz.com, and then within the organization they will have a different name as the domain to log in. For example, xyz slash and your username, that will be what it requires. So in this case it's automatically picked up support, or I can put desk, however I wanted to call it as. So I'm just continuing with the existing name which it provided. Okay, so remember in Active Directory, these are the important files where your Active Directory is a database, and all your database files are located in this location. That will be C Windows and NTDDS. Okay, remember that. And your system volume will be available in Windows sysvol. So in case if you're planning for disaster recovery or backing up your Active Directory, remember these files are very important for Active Directory. Okay, so just a review before we install. Let's click next. And now it is installing the features, and I'm going to pause for another second and resume back once it's done. Now let's log in. So this is support administrator as the domain. In case if you want to log into your local administrator, then you can choose other user. So in this case I'm going to support administrator, and I'm entering the password for the domain, and we are in. Okay, so now here you will see your services that are running. So I have my web services, and I have my Active Directory, and I have my DNS running. Okay, so now we have successfully configured Active Directory. So on our next video we're going to see how we can create a user, create a group, and what's it about organization unit, and we're going to give some permissions, and we're going to also learn about more of Active Directory permissions. So do subscribe and share with your friends, and remember to select the bell icon so that you get notification from us on our next video. Thank you guys.